Good day, everyone. Today, I'll be presenting a podcast, new episode with one of the youngsters, Maxon Fernandez, who is a software engineer. He studied at St. Joseph's Engineering College, and he'll be telling more on his views on holistic health, stress relief, and about his education and how did he manage his career. And right now he's working, so he'll give more inputs. So this episode will be helpful for all youths who are trying to get a job or trying to get the education. So this may be a background for them and also regarding the health. Keep tuned. Watch on.
Hi, Anik. This is Maxon. I'm 21 years old, and I was born and brought up in Mangalore itself. Um, Recently got graduated with a engineering degree in artificial intelligence and machine learning, and currently I am working as a software engineer in a service-based firm. And I recently got transitioned from a trainee software engineer to full-time software engineer.
It's not easy to get a job in these days because a lot of competitions. But I think because of your hard work and your dedication for the course and your efforts, and mainly sticking on to what job you got, that is more important. So let's move on to our next question. How has education helped you in your career? Can you give more inputs on this?
Um, Considering me being a software engineer right now, I wouldn't say that education has really helped me with the technical stuff, but then I would say there are other soft skills that I think I've developed throughout my education career. That being my communication, maybe problem solving, and probably handling a pressure situation in a very simple yet very efficient way. I think uh, in an educational perspective, I've not learned. Uh, I mean, according to the technical stacks, there's nothing that I've learned from my education. I'm being very blunt about it. But then at the same time, I think the examinations, the assignments, and the situations you get into throughout the educational career, I think I've learned a lot of soft skills, but not the hard skills. But then, yeah, I think when you get into a job or basically a software engineering firm where you have to solve a lot of problems, I think that the these soft skills help you a lot. And if I have a good sense of problem solving, I think these soft skills and the problem solving skills, if you get put together, I think that's something that's really important wherever you go. And I think that's the only thing. I wouldn't say that's the only thing, because that's like most of it which I am using it in my job right now. So I think, yeah, that's something that I've learned from my educational perspective. But yeah, if people expect that I've learned a lot of technical stuff from my educational career, I would say no. But then if you're talking about soft skills, yeah, most of that I think have developed in my educational career.
You have given a favorable and good inputs which may be helpful for different students who want to take up that particular course which you have done or want to join in order to excel in a profession of engineering. So I wish you best wishes. Let's move on to next question. How has your childhood influenced you in your life? Are there any positive experience or any Um, any other ill experiences which you faced? Can you elaborate more on this?
Yeah, I can recollect a lot of memories from my childhood, but then if you specifically ask me uh, which of the memories I recollect at most of the times, I think there are two of them. Growing up, I was not really athletic, but I liked sports a lot, and then I like sports in a competitive level. So one of the disadvantage I had to face in every other sports was my height. So I'm 5'6", and I think that's pretty short for a guy. And then I think because of this, I had to face disadvantage in most of the sports. But then there was one sport that I liked a lot. That was karate. And again, the disadvantage is being me fighting against tall people. It was really difficult for me to win against tall people. But then there was this one time where I logged in myself and I really worked hard. And over time, I got better with it, and I won couple of tournaments. And I think there was one which was my first national level tournament, and I got a gold medal in it. And I think I was really happy considering the fact that everyone expected me to not win such tournaments, but then I got a chance to prove everyone wrong, and showcase something that showcase a side of me which no one had ever seen. So I think one of those memories would be something that I remember every other time. But then apart from that, I think there's one more memory that I can collect right now, which being all us family members had a get together, and I think it was during summer vacation. So there were like 15 to 16 of us, and there's this local sport which we play called lagori, where you basically keep stack of stones and basically you throw a ball at it. So basically there'll be two teams, and one of the teams would be attacking the other. I don't know if I'm phrasing this sport right in a right way, but then it's a local sport where basically the other team has to stack up and not get attacked by the other team. And I think all us family members got together and we played the sport. And I think it was really memorable because of how funny it was, and how many times all my uncles my and myself we just slipped and we fell over here and there. I think that was one of the times where all the family members got together and had fun. So I think that's something I can never forget, and that's something I'm gonna cherish.
I am glad to know that you were so well versed in sports in college as well as in high school and in a field of education. Congratulations on getting the gold medal. Sometimes, education gives more importance than sports, but nowadays sports also has more inputs as education. It depends upon how you take it and what goal or what enthusiasm you have for that particular sport. But anyway, since you carried forward with your education, so it's good that you build a foundation for yourself and for your future. Let's move on to our next
Welcome.
question. um, how did you handle stress when you were teen? So what challenges you had to face? Can you elaborate more on this?
I think every other person has a different way of handling stress. But then if you see, I think having a hobby or doing an activity would be something that would help you relieve the stress for a temporary period. But then as a person growing up, I think I like sports a lot. I liked going out cycling. I used to like playing sports. So more or less having a physical activity, or basically sports is what I would say is something that I liked a lot. And then I think uh, getting into activities like this would help me isolate from whatever was happening, and just focus on the fun stuff. And I think as a teen, getting involved in sports and playing things in a bit complicated level is something that helped me a lot. But then again, end of the day, when you get back from this get when I get back from this activity, the only way I can probably handle stress is by being positive and probably looking into a positive side of it. Yeah, I know it's a bit difficult, but then I think I would handle it by just doing something that I like, which helps me to isolate from all these sort of stresses. But then yeah, I wouldn't really have anything of that extreme level. I think if you talk about stress, I think it would just be probably the assignments, deadlines, exams, and all the other stuff. But then yeah, I think doing something that you like would help you handle stress. But then at the same time, if it's something really bad, I would prefer you to go and talk to someone whom you trust. I think that would help. But then yeah, probably doing something that you like would help you to isolate from the stress for a temporary period, is what I would say.
I like the way you dealt with the stress, especially when you were a teen. So at that time, along with your studies, you had a 5 years course um, with internship. As you know, you have to balance your studies along with sports. So it's good that you had an approach towards sports that helped you get relaxed from your daily routines of study, assignments, projects, and many other such things. And especially when you deal with stress, family uh, approach or the support is more important because it helps you to communicate with them in case you are under stress or you want to open up. So, some people, if they don't want to open up with their family, they also, it's best to open up with friends. That is not all of them, maybe one person who is very close. And in case you cannot up with anyone, then counseling session do help. So, the youth, especially who are dealing with lot of stress, kindly de-stress yourself in order to have a healthy lifestyle, health and wellness, and holistic health. So, my next question is, for a healthy lifestyle, food is also very important to maintain health as well as balance with your stress levels, your anxiety levels, along with your studies. So, can you describe like what kind of food you like and what's your preference?
Oh, food. I'm a foodie. I would eat anything that's on the table, other than vegetarian stuff. But then, yeah, I think I like rolls, something that's spicy, but at the same time, I like sweets as well. So, this is one of the questions I don't really have an answer for. But then, yeah, I would eat anything that's yummy, I guess. Yeah, I don't really have an answer for it, but yeah, I like delicious, yummy, sweet and spicy. Uh, but then if you ask me a specific sort of food that I like, I would say shawarma, roll. Yeah, that's my favorite food.
Thank you very much, Maxon, for sharing your inputs on what food you like. I do like shawarma especially the chicken one. It's so delicious, spicy too. Um, when you work or study or you're doing any physical activities, you need a lot of proteins. So, hence, you should always have a balance of protein, carbohydrate, fats, and minerals, along with vitamins in your diet. So, this podcast it may help you. So, let's move on to our part two, which would be soon every Saturday. So, keep on watching. Have a great day, everyone. Kindly subscribe, follow, and share. Part 2 coming soon. Keep on watching every Saturday. Have a great day, everyone.